I will now call to order the Clackamas County Library Service District Budget Committee. Will the members of the committee please introduce themselves? Presenters, please come forward.
Sarah, are your committee members all online or in person? Oh, okay. 2 in person? So Sarah, I'm sorry, how many are online, how many in person?
Or that. Send it to PGA.
Okay. Okay, we're going to hold just for a moment, please, commissioners.
Oh, thank you. I'm not. I know.
All right, I'm going to let you.
I'm not going to respond.
Oh, Gary.
It's called ghosting. So, yeah, anyway, here's.
There isn't. There isn't. So I talked to Munz on this. I know it inside out.
Okay, but I didn't. So I'm just like, I'd like to kind of find out if there's no IGA. So that is an example.
Okay, are we ready?
Anyway, yeah.
Commissioner Scholl, let's start with introductions.
Yes, good afternoon, Commissioner Mark Scholl.
Sonia Fisher, Clackamas County Commissioner.
Chair Tweedy Smith.
Commissioner Martha Schrader.
Commissioner Paul Savas.
Ma'am, you will need to scoot your microphone really close, and you almost have to shout into it in order to be heard. And it's important that you're heard.
My name is Susan Nielsen. Does that
Thank
do
you.
better? Citizen.
Marissa Soltz, also citizen.
I will now open the floor for nominations for chair.
Sorry, there's people online, Chair.
I'm sorry.
There's a Karen Morey online.
Karen is present.
Is that all? Okay. Go ahead, Chair Smith.
Okay, I will now entertain nominations for chair.
I nominate Susan Nielsen as chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Susan Nielsen, has been nominated as chair, and that motion has been seconded. I don't see any other nominations. Nominations are closed. Would the clerk please call the poll?
Ms. Morey?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Ms. Soltz?
Aye.
Commissioner Savas?
Aye.
Ms. Nielsen?
Aye.
Commissioner Scholl?
Aye.
Commissioner Schrader?
Aye.
Chair Smith?
Aye, motion passes unanimously. I will now turn this over to our new chair, Ms. Nielsen.
Thank you. I would open nominations for the committee secretary. Karen, can you, who is standing for secretary? Are you?
I can do it if you want to nominate me.
I will nominate Karen Morey as secretary.
Thank you.
Second.
Karen Morey has been nominated as secretary. Is there any, is anyone else standing for the position? Hearing none, let's take the poll.
Okay. Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Ms. Soltz?
Aye.
Commissioner Savas?
Aye.
Commissioner Scholl?
Aye.
Ms. Morey?
Aye.
Commissioner Schrader?
Aye.
Chair Smith?
Aye.
And Chair Nielsen?
Aye. Excuse me. Karen Morey has been elected secretary. Sarah Ekman, would you present the budget now?
Be my pleasure. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name's Sarah Ekman. I'm the interim director with Business and Community Services, and I'm joined here today with our interim director, Eileen Stein, and our financial analyst, Tracy Graham-Bush. I'm pleased to present the Library Service District's FY 22-23 budget, which is a total of $22,113,650. We have a short presentation that my comments will be timed with. The district is a pass-through mechanism, and the essential function of the district is to take dollars in and send them back out. In 2008, Clackamas County voters approved the library district with a permanent rate of 0.3974 cents per thousand of assessed value. To put that into context, if you owned a house with a market value of $450,000 and an assessed value of $280,000, you would pay $112 per year for library services. The district acts as a fiscal agent to distribute the property tax revenue from the permanent rate to all participating local governments who operate public libraries within Clackamas County. In the upcoming fiscal year, as has been done since the formation of the district, the property tax revenue will support the 2 Clackamas County-operated libraries of Oak Lodge and Gladstone, as well as 12 city-operated libraries, which includes Canby, Estacada, Happy Valley, Lake Oswego, Milwaukee, Molalla, Oregon City, Sandy, Hoodland, Tualatin, Westland, and Wilsonville. Johnson City is the only area of the county that is not part of the library district. 100% of all funds collected are distributed to public libraries within the county, specifically for library operations. There's no operating budget, and the library district has no staff. The county provides all necessary administrative support to the library district for the collection and distribution of property tax revenues at no charge to the district. The county also provides all necessary administrative support to the District Advisory Committee, the Library District Budget Committee, and the Large Library District Task Force, which we'll touch on later. Next slide, please. You can see, back one slide. In terms of accomplishments, we have distributed 100% of revenue received this last fiscal year. After the final distribution in June to the libraries, we received additional revenue in July, and that remaining amount was shared during the first distribution of the current fiscal year. We've completed an annual revenue forecast for the upcoming fiscal year revenue to share with the libraries, and that was done in February of this fiscal year. The final accomplishment listed here is related to the large library district task force that I mentioned. This task force was approved and authorized in 2018 by the board. Sometimes it's called the Library District Task Force, also known as the Large Library District Task Force, and the purpose was to examine library funding, services, and governance. This has been put on hold throughout COVID, and that was done in coordination with our city stakeholders due to lack of resources available to approach the work that the task force is charged with. So in addition to this, we've also prepared the annual budget and the financial statements on behalf of the library district. Next slide. We're on track to meet all of our measures at 100% in terms of performance. The 0% as of 12/31/2021 is because of the timing. The first distribution of district revenues was sent in January, which was after that poll was done in 12/31. Next slide, please. As you can see from the department summary by fund, we have one fund for the library special district. It's Fund 110. Our total budget is $22,113,650. And you can see we do have a slight decrease of 3.74%, which totals $860,085. This is attributed to the reduction from moving the Oak Lodge Library reserves out of the library district and into the Oak Lodge capital budget in anticipation of the library construction projects. And we receive no county general fund within this budget. Next slide. The revenue expense pie charts show you a little bit about our district, and you can see here we're submitting a budget that's balanced according to Oregon budget law. And in 22-23, we anticipate total revenue just over $22 million. The vast majority of it, 21.9, is from property taxes. Let's see here. Less than 1%, 0.055, is from other sources, which is interest and beginning fund balance. As for expenditures, the property taxes received are budgeted to pass through to the 14 libraries that I mentioned earlier. They all receive funding directly from the library district, and that totals the $22.1 million in expenses for the upcoming fiscal year. Funds are distributed, and if you'd like more specifics, or you've likely already seen them in pages 13 and 14 of the entire budget document, according to the library district master IGA and a formula that has been devised. That's based on two factors. One is the assessed value of each participating city or jurisdiction, and the second is percentage of unincorporated residents served by each library as established by the library service area boundaries. The special payments, as I mentioned already, of $885 is that transfer out to the Oak Lodge Library for construction. Next slide, please. This slide provides a summary of year-over-year changes. You can see here the same reflection of the reduction in beginning fund balance due to that transfer out to Oak Lodge. That project has been paused, however, that took place officially, the decision for that after we had submitted our budget documents. We are continuing with design per the instruction of the board. Tax revenue is slightly up as anticipated due to assessed value increases for the county. And then under federal, state, local, and other gifts and donations, we do not have a budgeted amount coming for this fiscal year. This line varies for us and is typically based on forestry revenue, which is budgeted based on forecasts from assessment and taxation. The all other revenue sources line in the amount of $35,000 is interest and fluctuates on interest and fund value. And again, in the expense category, the special payments is reduced by that $860,000 for Oak Lodge. Next slide, please. The large library district task force that I discussed and its purpose is something that we'll be getting back to in the coming year. We've sought feedback from stakeholders, paused it, but we do have a long list of actions that the task force wants to take once we're able to get that back up and moving. So we will be coordinating with the Board of County Commissioners and our city partners to determine a path forward. In the meantime, our library partners through the advisory committee and the library directors are working on strategic planning that will be useful for when the task force reconvenes. This concludes the formal presentation.
Have we any questions from the committee? Have we any public comment? Or is anyone zooming in, I suppose I should ask? Yeah.
Tony, has anybody registered since you and I spoke?
At this moment, there is no one pre-registered to speak. If there is someone who would like to testify, please use the raise hand feature, and I will call on you in the order received. Madam Chair, I do not have any hands raised at this time.
Thank you. Then we will move on. Hearing no questions, I will entertain a motion on the budget. Would you like to read the motion?
I move that the committee approve the 2022-2023 budget in the amount of $22,113,650 for the Clackamas County Library Service District as presented or amended, and impose the district's maximum permanent tax rate of $0.3974 per $1,000 of assessed value within district boundaries.
Second.
I think that was Karen Maury, was it? Or-
No, it's
No,
me,
Mark.
but that's okay. Karen should second it.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that the committee approve the 2022-23 budget in the amount of $22,113,650 for the Clackamas County Library Service District as presented. Can we call the poll? I'm sorry?
Read the text, right?
Yes.
Apparently I did not. I'm sorry. It has been moved and seconded that the committee approve the 2022-23 budget in the amount of $22,113,650 for the Clackamas County Library District as presented or amended, and oppose the district's maximum permanent tax rate of $0.3974 per $1,000 of assessed value within district boundaries. Is there any further discussion?
I have about a dozen questions, but I'll forego that today.
Thank you, Paul.
Then hearing no further discussion, can we call the poll?
Yes. Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Ms. Schultz?
Aye.
Commissioner Savas?
Aye.
Commissioner Scholl?
Aye.
Ms. Maury?
Aye.
Commissioner Schrader?
Aye.
Chair Smith?
Aye.
And Chair Nielsen?
Aye. I hear the vote as unanimous, and the motion is passed. Is there any further business?
We're back on time.
Hearing none, I will adjourn the committee and hand the gavel back to Commissioner Smith.